imagine, Lamin. Well, anything who fed for Bolivar, yeah.
Famulem, good evening and welcome to We Economy. We meet you from True Talk Radio 98.5 FM, All Out Radio 92.9 FM, Radio Amza Radio 96.9 FM, and Voice of the East from 88.9 FM. We Economy in a program where they tell you what thing them where they happen at the country. We get to do with business, finance, and the economy. Inside the program today, we topic where we want to focus on from Ebola to COVID-19, how Sierra Leone they able for learn lessons them on them serious outbreaks of infectious diseases them. Now inside early 2025, we don't face significant public health challenge them, especially with the emergence of MPOX, where people formerly been they call monkeypox. Them confirmed the first case on January 10, and now they've been come to the government for declare a public health emergency just days later on. As of May 6, the country don't report say we get several cases them, including 10 deaths within the western area alone, where they encompass Freetown and its surroundings them. We're at the epicenter. In order to tell it where manual reporters them actually pull out a press release where states say we don't lose about 1,000 people them. Sorry, we don't get about 1,481 confirmed cases them of MPOX. In response, what the government actually do is it's try for set out a plan. We go make it collaborate with international partners them like WHO, UNICEF, and they even go as far as for launch a nationwide vaccination campaign. We've been starting March 27. The objective behind Nandin have been for prioritize healthcare workers them and the high risk group them where actually they surround themselves in combating this MPOX we don't come out. Currently, as me and you they talk so, over 2,500 individuals them don't actually receive them vaccination. And these public health measures them we from time to time Sierra Leone they take, they not just an offshoot of the preparedness where we been known they get for other cases them like this, like the Ebola outbreak. We've been get mandatory recommendations them for let all man they wash their arm and let all public spaces them get them wash and basin them. We've been encouraged we for also do social distance inside public space and how we they able for change with behavioral patterns them so that this sick not go spread from the first person to another. Different treatment centers them been done established along the way from Hastings to Calbaton and to Port Lockoff for manage them cases them here where they get. But despite the challenges them where Sierra Leone actually they face in dealing with this, like misinformation and the delays them where they get in testing the vaccines themselves, we government still actually they take proactive approach, well joined primarily by the international support who have been not mentioned to now for help for curb the spread and the effect we MPOX get on the average Sierra Leonean. If you want join with on this program or get any question for ask about wetin dey happen now with economy, feel free for send with text message or call on the number 072 641 729 072 641 729. Me ready bring the program to you today. Me your name na Bimba Kamara. You see, this program will take you to 8:30. So no go no side as we bring you information whether on the thing and where they happen at the business, finance, and economic sector of the country. Just stay by your radio set and you will get all the latest updates. Then we actually go interest you. Like I tell you just now, inside the program today, we dey talk about lessons them where Salon don't land. We been get for do with how we handle the EBOLA cases them and how we handle the COVID-19 cases them and waiting at the preparedness status of Sierra Leone where it comes to public health outbreaks them, especially with this MPOX in non-common and the amount of confirmation cases them we they get. Plus, we've already lost 10 Sierra Leoneans them to this. If there is serious concerns and then it promptly for we able for intervene and see how me and you as citizens were able for curb and not to just for curb the effects of this but also for able for prevent similar patterns them we go the cost Sierra Leoneans them lives them. Seth, we go bring you reports from the citizens them where we interview or we talk to today in the streets for know them perspective them on waiting and think of the current situation where they on the ground we get for do with the MPOX. We reporter Kalma been there out there for let able to get people them young views them. So let we watching reports.
I'm doing the EBOLA with the coronavirus. I be safe. The government should be do something where it makes sense and do something where it prevents people from that EBOLA and corona. But this time on, I see like say this MPOX like they take a less, they take a like fun because by rights like we don't begin see people and they get by rights they're not for enter any public transport, but where they see they take this MPOX like saying a come or something and then they do not serious thing about them. And by rights we citizens them will therefore prevent to life because right now they sick we they see 34 I go 34 last week I go see people then right now where they see people then they go club I see like people that they do normal thing like Friday EBOLA with corona they'll not be taken lights everybody go first indoors but this time around like people they don't know but they don't want no but everybody to go about in business and it not make sense but me one guy for tell government would they beg we are citizens them and therefore help me if you don't want to take a serious for the citizens in their life they therefore made this sick serious and they therefore left people their house like how this my sister then they do for prevent really the citizens there but from since all these MPOX they come we don't take over the country people that need to take a serious and they see seriousness but so I didn't get to say
the same fights we get doing EBOLA we for separate people let the sick no pass back by people but the same fights we get for the on back okay we are sleep for the okay body sick
alright
so me things the government for do
well, this MPOX, we don't hear about we don't see about what I know about much small now like I see I they come out from people there the say can cause fever though you if you see some bomb rash can come up by you and so that rash and the way they come out if you don't make fast it cause to the MPOX thing. Well like me waiting I say like the major them they use for EBOLA and corona they come up with that method for this MPOX. I think say it will look better done again like them for try for the sensitize people there for this thing sensitize people there in the sense of like for they tell them how for they take care of themselves, they wash their hand, they use sanitizer, they wear masks, no for going up crowd, for they avoid crowd. So they all them things and they can look better, but they need for sensitize people more because the thing just they look worse.
Based on what the information we get, it's like we get a true body contracts and you could get a true they pass to somebody. So it's like what the government would looks like, not to have to prevent much of crowd, and especially like the health transportation. We saw manage, you know, they choke themselves. Yeah, if I avoid certain area where too much crowding, so that if the car is wearing, will prevent crowd. We have skin, too much of skin. But since no was there to body contact, at the only way around it, there is a new disease, so it's strange. But since also you receive two body contacts to avoid crowded area, and government will put a minimum way out for prevent too much crowd transportation. So I'm to that.
If you been join this program, family, make a member. You say if you just join the program, make a member. You say this now we economy program where they meet you from the radio station where you currently they listen to. Now, as joining we in the studio today, a very pronounced and proficient medical practitioner in the name of Dr. Jallo. We will come for take we through and providing perspectives them on the current public health challenge we face. Doctor, you can tell family what I do.
Family on a good review.
And you able to tell the government and the people them small but waiting you they do. With that you and waiting you they do and with which institution?
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Kamara. Yes. Me Dr. Mustafa Jallo. Currently, I work with the National Public Health Agency, Me na the acting manager for public health emergency preparedness and response. But currently within the outbreak, the MPOX outbreak, me the lead the operations for the response.
Okay. So, firstly, tell me about this MPOX and waiting at the nature of where we really go through right now.
Yeah, thank you very much again, Tamba. So, MPOX, where they call the monkeypox. They know more than Sierra Leone. This is not a viral disease. We've been on there around for a long time, since the early 70s. It in so many parts of the world, but the first outbreak of MPOX it starts na Europe among monkey and one of the zoos them. So first now for between monkey them. So later now from monkey to human being. Then they happened in 1970. So since then we've been on to get so many outbreaks them. Now other part of the world. Sierra Leone not an exception. Sierra Leone we don't get case in 1972 and we don't record case of MPOX. And in 2014 we get a record also. We'll get one case na Bo. In 2017 we get another case na Moyamba. 2021 we get a case na Kwenadugu district.
Okay.
However, MPOX, like I say, not to Sierra Leone no more. It in a different countries them. But we get two major category or type. We get the one where they call clade 1. That clade 1 in the Central Africa. In fact, they call us Central African Basin. Sorry, Congo Basin clade. Now later the name as clade 1. We now get with the West African clade. The West African clade the name as clade 2. So then in the circulate now region. That na Nigeria, Sierra Leone, Liberia, Ghana, and other West African countries them. So the difference between the two is that the clade 1 within a Central Africa, where include Congo, Burundi, Uganda, and other countries within around there. Also, in look severe, small, we can say virulent. You know, unlike we don't know get now West Africa, you know, severe, we're not going to get the severe form of them.
So when the first time we actually hear about this MPOX this year, and we see that the immediate step them where government been take immediately we hear about from your own perspective inside the medical practitioner field.
Yes. So before we go to that, let's continue to talk about this same MPOX. MPOX, like I've been saying, a viral disease. It can transmit from animal to human and also from human to human circulation with the get them. So MPOX with the get them through contact, direct contact or indirect contact. When we say direct contact, skin to skin, physical interaction, intimacy, you know, kissing, hugging. If you don't get somebody, you don't get them. You go to do the through them process there. You will get them as well. You say they get them. Also indirectly, like surfaces, like the person in bed who said they don't. If you say don't get the rash in body, then the left hand in bed, the other place they say in bathroom, other side, outside they sit down. They yourself can they interact with them. Body fluid and they yourself can get up. So now the way and the way they transmit.
Okay.
So the signs and symptoms of MPOX, one, they get fever. Okay. They get they get headache, also body pain. They get muscle pain. Then they get also what you call lymphadenopathy, swelling of lymph node, like your neck, it swell, or between your legs them, or under your armpit it can swell. Now we call lymphadenopathy. They get the rash, which is very peculiar to MPOX. So most times we can ask people that if you see any sign of such in your body or you experience them, go to the nearest health facility, let the well body people and tell you exactly, rather than they assume saying that so sick you get.
How severe MPOX they as a contagious disease?
Yes. Mr. Kamal, I'll take you back to what I've been saying earlier. I say the severity is in two types. And the first one, the type A, we call clade 1, is more severe than clade 2. However, for let a disease condition or a virus become more severe, it depends again on you your own body status, your physical status, your health status. How do you sick they meet you? If you meet your immune system weak, they overcome you. If you meet your immune system strong, you know go severe, you know get the severe form of the disease. Yeah. So with regards to what we don't do so far from where this outbreak start, in fact before the outbreak we will get in 2024, then we don't declare this disease as what we would call public health emergency of international concern when a WHO been declared. Then the African continent also, the African CDC also declared as a public health of continental security threat. So when they do that, we as a country, we heighten with systems in terms of disease surveillance, laboratory preparedness, also risk communication, community engagement, and so among others, So we prepare. But on the 10th of January, now the 10th and the way the country record in first confirmed case, since. So from that 10 days to now, we don't do a lot in terms of how for the managing the cases then at different facilities then in terms of surveillance for search for the cases then at the community, we laboratory for the continue for the test, and investigate the cases then. Also they continue for engage communities, community leaders, and other stakeholders and other special key people them, young people, for ensure say the awareness there around this disease,
So, Famulem, if you just join we, again, we actually discuss MPOX and the current situation we surround them inside Sierra Leone. And with winner Dr. Jallo, when a medical practitioner, we take a quick break and we will continue. Remember, say, if you actually want to join at the program, you go send a text or you call on the number 072 641 729 072 641 729. With the hoping the phone lines them at exactly 7:50, and let me take a break. Welcome back. If you just join me again, we still continue with the program, how and waiting at the current situation of MPOX inside Sierra Leone, and a medical practitioner in the name of Dr. Jallo, they take we through on waiting at your own perspectives on them. So, doctor, waiting are some of the common implications them or complications them where somebody when a victim of MPOX will actually undergo.
Well, if you say complications, like I talked earlier, we talk about the signs and symptoms, and we can get some complications of MPOX. One of them, severe genital lesion in the ears, and also it can affect the eyes, and also, it affect you. I mean, generally, if somebody with immune system weak, they continue for suppress immune system, for make a more weak, So those are the complications.
Where the demography, which demography of the population highly likely forgets contact with MPOX? Would are them vulnerable basically now? Picking them big one or they pick and choose?
Well, it depends to the type of clade, like I tell you. In this part of the world, this West African clade, mostly we don't see now adults them, and this with current outbreak also, now more of adult them. However, we don't record some few cases that we're not picking them. Some they were 2 weeks old, we don't see a 3 months old, a 2 months old, 1 year old, but common like adult them. Majority of the cases they would see at the ages between 20 to 36 years, and among them again you get key group again when are like they were between 24 and 29, and we don't see as the highest among the age category they don't see. Also we don't see students them. among the again the age group and the most of them are students there. Tertiary institutions, I mean universities, also high school, senior secondary school, student them,
So, waiting the usual time between the time where a person don't contract the disease and when it will begin forget possible signs and where they show, how long did it take?
Incubation period.
Yeah.
So that incubation period can vary, but however, it is estimated to be between 3 to 21 days. So between that period, you can manifest at any time. Now, make way somebody don't get them in a household, we will follow up in contact them for that 21 days period for ensure say they not get the disease. After the 21 days period, we don't show say yes, this person not will get the disease again because the incubation period not 21 days.
That's a very good perspective actually. And currently inside Sierra Leone, you mentioned say the ones them we actually don't contract the Sierra Leonean with between 24 to 29 years. You see now them now the highest demography. What's actually they make them people are vulnerable? This particular group, is it like any genetic traits they do, or now something and they do where they make them highly they get exposed?
Well, I'm not going to say it's genetic. Science not tell me down there.
Okay.
But what all that I can tell you, you and I know at that age group, we're very active. We movement them very high. We interaction them very high. And also within that age group, they see say even we are sexually active. You understand? We can get people at that age and they can see they mates with 2-3 different people. Them. So that social interaction, I think, is highest among that population. I think that could be one of the possible explanation to that.
All right. So when person waiting at the survival possibility of somebody where they get MPOX, because they asked this question concerning the fact say we already lost 10 people and according to reports online, and people then they get this general stigma. Within that incubation period, if you go seek treatment, you're able to survive, or regardless of the time where you go, where you see it don't affect you, there's no chance for you survive.
Yeah, Mr. Kawa, remember I tell you say this disease it depends on your immune status or your health status. If you meet somebody with immunocompromised, meaning your immune system weak, there is a higher chance say it go severe, But like I say, we don't get a lot of cases then who don't discharge, over 600 to 700 cases then now we don't discharge in the country. They will then come, like seek health care, and go back home safe. We monitor them and they recover, we discharge them. So not to, like I say, the people who don't lost, 11 people in there. We've been saying some of them, we'll say some of them get other underlying disease condition then, yeah. So now make it become more severe in them compared to other people. And most importantly, most among them again, so they come now hospital very late. They come very late. They tell you they can now, the thing don't too serious, they overcome waiting stuff. And most importantly again, Mr. Kama, we don't see some of them cases they are back. Before they don't go to how they can call them, go for traditional healers them. Medicine man them for help them, say now which go on at this, so then they make, so now they can seek medical care quick. Now we don't go work at the thing they work and they don't spread them to other people and at the 10 and then now they can at the hospital them,
So, before we come to a question around the stigma we make people and actually they avoid treatment centers, them what's the current response way the medical field don't take, how many quarantine zones then we go, incubation zones then we get, and how represented are they all over the country?
Yeah, Mr. Kawa, we in this response we don't start for quarantine people them. Quarantine is not in the equation
incubation,
now.
We mean
So
incubation.
we can say we isolate them, home isolation.
Okay.
So we follow up on them at home, one the way they're waiting safe. But interestingly, Mr. Kawa, we don't see some people and they will come and they give you wrong phone number. Some man will come, they give you wrong address. So they make it very difficult for we the people and the responders there for they able to follow up on them so that they don't go spread the disease to other people then whilst they home on home isolation. So now we don't change that strategy there. whosoever come for care, we then ensure say we isolate you at the health facility and continue for follow up on where results come on. If you positive, we continue for manage you. You know, but we know they allow, we not go on allow, we know they allow again somebody for care, they go back now us because we're not too sure if you able to follow the public health measures, then we'll go down game at home, so that we will prevent family members then and other people them, you know.
The ordinary salon man we go contract any of them disease here gets that stigma say the treatment centers them were available, them isolation zones them where governments they set up. It's either one, they are inadequate, like some man they feel safe na free on no more than they, and two, it can be said they are ill-equipped. You see, and three, you therefore look at the nature of the people and where they work as staff inside them places them they, how qualified are they? Because from Ebola, and these are lessons them where I feel say we for don't learn from them. From Ebola, people them in the afraid say now when you go to the treatment center then they go kill you. So them stigma them in on day. So you think say these are justifiable stigmas then for the ordinary Sierra Leonean we go get this sick decide for many say from home than for camp, and how many of these centers and these isolation centers them they are around the country?
Mr. Bemba, like I tell you earlier, we don't get people there over 700 now, almost 700 we don't recover from this disease here. They don't go to hospital, they don't treat, they don't recover. So I think that alone for tell you say not only the treatment center they make you die, the treatment facility where they go and they make you die. You know, so if you seek medical care earlier, you meet the well body people them where they sabi, they know what thing for do, for how to manage you, and they recover and go home safe. So I don't feel say that they for be a justification for let somebody not go to health facility for let them care. Now only well body people them will tell you say this is not MPOX you get. No other person will tell you. You know, so now when you go there, we'll test you and confirm say yes, na MPOX you get. Not for looking no more than say na MPOX you get. No, you do go and test you and confirm say yes, na MPOX. You know, so me I beg anybody, if anybody get this kind of notion or they think say okay, if I go to treatment facility or if I go to hospital, then I mean like Ebola no one there will go die. No, it don't happen so. Yeah. So they encourage everybody when you experience any of them signs and symptoms there, go to the nearest health facility, explain yourself to the well body people then we will care for you, manage you and discharge you, go home.
But doc, what we see now in this case is that this now already the stigma where people and they get. You just don't mention say you don't reveal information. Say 700 people them when I don't able to treat them and then don't go back home. But how many Sierra Leoneans them actually get access to this information here? That's the first thing. How good the sensitization and campaigns them they from the medical field way for make, because the citizen they need to get trust in the institutions. And two, you mentioned say testing centers them they able to tell you more on how person they able to get access to these testing centers, whether they cost you money and which side the basis them they.
Yeah, Mr. Bemba, thank you very much. Like I say, this time I could call them public health. Public health, not so we the well body people and no more. Now everybody, the whole of society approach. Me at you don't also. Now the public would try for educate. They create awareness, not also tells you that now all man responsibility. Not the media outlet them, the chief them at the community, aid man them, all man na society. You know, so when you get an outbreak, like I say, not so we the well body Minister of Health no more. We all get a role and responsibility. If your family is sick, you know can't go to hospital, you continue for spread that disease. You self don't take responsibility. So you roll now for if you see any sick person in your community or among the household or in your workplace, tell us say, yeah, go to hospital, let them go test you. And that testing are free, Mr. Kamara.
Not any government hospital?
Not any government hospital. Currently, when they do the testing, now go to the health facility. From the health facility, then they call people that they will come do the test for you. You know, means they sit down at them. You know, we get another facility we call PHU them, then community health centers, and then they all side, almost all side, any community. Even now, so where you check, we will first get all as get community health centers. Then where you go there, then they call the lab people and they can collect sample and go test. That test then are free. You know, cost anything. Nobody for ask you anything for them. Yeah.
So the questions still come around. Two questions that we they able for give you perspective on it, sir. The first one, how many treatment centers am actually in Sierra Leone currently?
So
And two,
so in
how
Freetown
you
here.
know whose medical center they we actually
So
they render testing and which
Freetown here, Freetown here, currently we don't dey use a police hospital like Kintom,
Okay.
Connaught Hospital, 34 Military Hospital, Jue Hospital. These are the main one there. However, if you go to any other health facility, we get what they call the surveillance officers there. Once the clinician, the doctor or the CHO or the nurse where they see you, they don't suspect say this na MPOX. Then they call the surveillance officers there, where then they na the district. Then they come for investigate. Then when they don't investigate, then call the lab people. Then the lab person they can collect the sample and send on a lab for test.
Okay.
Will they only tell you say yes na MPOX you get? Now when that results come up. Yeah. So in up country back, we also get government hospitals there. Also suddenly they call for test people them. We get in fact currently for test, we test this time McKinney, and they test na Kenema, and also for which one we get different lab there. One day na 34, one day na Jue, another one day na we call them CPH na Laka.
Okay.
So all them side are testing centers there. Any side in the country, then they collect the sample and send and then the various lab there for test. Also, maybe in the next couple of weeks, we'll try for doing a Potloko and Bo and Kono for ensure say every part of the country, people are able to take their sample and carry away and test it within the next 24 hours for let people know their result. And part of that again, today, from yesterday, we don't try for complete a 400-bed facility. Yes, when they call PTS, Police Training School. Remember, now they EBOLA say now they will treat people.
Sure.
So we don't go renovate that place. They find today we don't begin admit cases in there. Meaning anybody so far we get this sick here. Once you don't reach now the health facility, then they communicate. If you're positive for MPOX, then go carry you there, then go treat you safe. Now that place there. We get the well-body people in there, nurses, doctors, and all other kind of pharmacists and they where they will take care of you until you recover and discharge you.
What you go able to tell me about from your experiences where you don't get doctor. I mean, where we've been young, we see Ebola come and in space of 1 month, the preparedness where Sierra Leone as a country take, it was so overwhelming. Before you remember, every house get buckets and soap where you need for wasan before you can fend them. All man been get these preventive measures we didn't take. You think so we currently depend on for the case of this MPOX?
So we say we, that make a very important way to say we. Like I said earlier, outbreak response, now all man responsibility. You understand? Everybody gets a role for play. Now we as well-bodied people, we are informed by the data we generate. So based on the data we get, we and we well-bodied partners there, WHO, US CDC, Africa CDC, UNICEF, and others them. We all sit down together and look at the data and say, okay, we need for institute them measures there, which we have done. You understand? We don't release out public health measures them. For say, like una nanas student also, before somebody they enter, una ensure say, una get una hand washing station outside. The person go wash hand with clean water and soap. A kind sign also. Hand sanitizer. Anybody who get hand sanitizer, we go we interact with people them, you wash your hand. Also we tell people and say them public gathering there, una know how they interact. That close interaction, somebody we don't know show off. Or you see any sign of rash or whatever, minimize interaction with her. Stay away from her. So all there were a way for prevent the spread of the disease. But this is now all my responsibility.
Sure.
Now all my responsibility. We they do this not for make life difficult for people, but for ensure say we able to break the chain of transmission. Let this disease not continue for spread. So there, they use this opportunity again for talk to family, make we adhere to some of them public health measures there. Now for we all safety.
Okay. So mostly some people they way. I mean, not everybody gets knowledge on health business then, you see. So, for others, they take a long time before they actually even find out, say, hey, my family gets MPOX, so from the moment where if they sick. So for them one them way they get like sick relative within at the host before then they confirm say you got MPOX. What's in the way will you they will recommend for let them protect them family and how them for approach that sick person they?
You know,
say salon man mostly reluctant for actually approach.
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna say all salon man because for anything so far, you get some people that win an exception.
Sure.
And I believe say as human being, when you sick, the first thing we for do, go to the master sabi people, well body people and within a hospital and also
Yes,
it be any sick. So MPOX not an exception. If you suspect any sign, symptom among your family members, advise them carry them go to the nearest health facility. Let the well body people and tell you say, oh this is MPOX or not to MPOX or this is this sick here. Not to you first you don't and say that this sick I get. You know, so it's very important for let people in the sick medical care and the facilities and our hospitals.
Okay. So how about in public sensitization? You think say the government and medical teams them actually they put enough effort for let they able for raise awareness, or you think say more they will we need for do for raise awareness?
Just like I say earlier, awareness not a one off something. For create awareness not a one off. Like I made to sit on also the talk. Not everybody get time for listening radio.
Sure.
Not everybody they watch TV. So we they use all the channels them, the basic channels that we feel say we will communicate to the public. We they continue for do them. You know, so we all, like I say, we all get a responsibility, whether me sit on today or not. We all get a responsibility for create awareness and educate people on this current outbreak within the country.
Some people when they listen go inform you say one of the reasons that we make women able for handle the Ebola case quickly now because of one method we use when I've been contact tracing. It been make the work easier for medical practitioners than for identify whether get Ebola and whether not been get Ebola. We still use this technique here or we get different technique for no person we don't get the MPOX.
So in epidemiology, that's one of the critical element in outbreak management.
Okay.
So we they look at cases. So first, what do they do? Once we don't suspect a case, as long as we don't take lab sample and test them, even a suspected case, no matter how you don't develop, what kind of signs they come up, classical signs that we get, we still see you as a suspected case. So once we don't suspect you, we investigate you. We will get what we call case investigation form. Once we don't complete that case investigation form, the second step, what should they do? We do like listing of you contact them. We go ask you, Mr. Kamara, inside go work today. You are in our house. Now, my sister, give you in details. Your mama, give you details. Your wife, go now to the sleep in a bed. Give you in details. So then become your contact. And then contact and they also will they classify them into primary, secondary, and tertiary, meaning high, medium, and low risk contact. Because somebody when you not to the sleep, now bed, not to the gap together. Not in a high risk person, not so.
Yeah.
Somebody where just can greet you and go. Now contact, but in your risk not high like that one not to the sleep now. Not so.
Yeah.
So you will meet them back. One the way they work with. Then say na high na risk, then they at risk, not so.
Yeah.
So all around they take them details there. After that, what should they do? We do contact tracing. We do follow up on them contacting them until they complete 21 days. If they not complete 21 days, we still follow up on them. However, Mr. Kamara, we don't get some challenges around that in this response.
Okay.
So man will come, they give you contact when a wrong contact. So man will come, they give you a number when a wrong number. You understand? So man, even in the case self, instead of you saying a Bemba Kamara, you go tell you saying a Alusain Kamara. So how you go able to trace that person there? So that make the thing very challenging for us small. So dear, this again are the appeal to people them. Whenever they suspect you as a case, please give the right information. This information where they give, not for can only go quarantine you, not for can only for let them police you. All what they do now for ensure say we able to follow up on you and we'll give you more information about the secret you get. Secondly, for the contacts the way you get. It help you even for vaccination. Because if you want vaccinate now, and then contact and they will go vaccinate, let themselves not develop the sick. Now, some of the reasons they would ask for contact. Because if you not follow up on you for 21 days, you say go and spread that to other people, well, we don't know. Not also.
Where Ebola been come, even with COVID. I mean, and this they come back to the question of how prepared are we and waiting our lessons then what we they learn from the past two public health outbreaks then what we get. We've been get toll-free line where they able for call during the time for report cases or even for try for inquire whether or not the symptoms them what they get possible symptoms them of Ebola or Corona. But any of them measures them still in place?
Sure.
Do we have a toll-free line?
You know, you remember what I say? We don't renovate PTS. PTS now be one of the treatment centers and also. Meaning, with the right on the existing structures that we'll get, we not destroy them. We they continue for right on them. So some of them free lines and they again still they continue for day. You know, we will encourage people them for still call. But the most important message, Mr. Kamara, is that when you sick, you go no say hospital in the community must get hospital or clinic in the community. Go to that nearest, and they know they take you anything. Worker go there, or if you get sick person, advise and make you go there immediately. Let them go the well body people and go see them. Because at the end of the day, you call, you not call, now for waiting. Now for like sick medical care, not also. So best thing, go work go to that health facility. Let the well body then say, oh, this is a suspected MPOX or not a suspected MPOX. Rather than sit down at us, you they spread them to other your family members or other people in the community.
Okay, family, if you just join, we still discuss on we economy on the outbreak of MPOX and waiting at the lessons them with the ordinary Sierra Leone and they learn from COVID and that of Ebola and how we be able to use them for deal with the current situation or with the effects with MPOX. And with me at the studio now, Dr. Jallo, we've been just providing perspective. We will take a quick break and when we come back, we will continue for discuss the topic and also with the open phone line and with the read out on our text messages, the more we they get. The number now 072-641-729. 072-641-729. Let we get a quick break. So welcome back to the show. If you just join we they open the phone lines them now and anybody will get something for contribute can add in voice to the program. Before we continue, let read out one of the comments where we get on the Facebook page. This one they come off from Grace Kalma. He say, as Dr. Jallo is talking about how we should be mindful about how we interact with people, since MPOX can be transferred from skin to skin. My question is, why transportation vehicles, Poda for example, still taking 5 persons per seat, when obviously by sitting in 5, the chances of getting the disease from someone is high. And yes, then this other one they say from Khadija Kroma, they say, how about measure them na Eastern Police Markets? Then we get this other one where they say, doctor, some of the signs then people say come with MPOX like fever, rashes, and body pain are also signs of other illnesses like chickenpox, measles, or even the flu. So I want to know, how can someone be sure that it's really MPOX? What are the clear signs that help you confirm it is MPOX? So doctor, let we discuss on some of them. Key points then we people don't raise here. What do you think about the questions then?
Yeah, so make we start with the last one, the signs and symptoms of MPOX. Okay. So generally, we can say we talk about fever, headache, you know, but I talk about one clear thing, lymphadenopathy. That's swelling lymph node. Yeah. Which can happen around your neck, or under your cheek, or between your legs, under your armpit.
So now like boil them with the come out?
No, not to like, it is swell. Okay. You know, that swelling there, now a kind of reaction where the body, the immune system, they react. Okay. You know, now your lymphatic system for respond to the virus where they enter the system. So that make you get that swelling there. So in that one peculiar difference between in and chickenpox when you talk about. Then also MPOX also they appear in your palm and sole of the foot. Unlike chickenpox, they no they appear there at all. Yeah. Also, the MPOX, it is more prominent in the face and other part of the body. Unlike chickenpox, in the body, the trunk of the body, the body now they come out more. Then also, chickenpox, they cause genital lesion, like your private part. Yes, or what is it? No. So now some of the different between, because most times I know say people mistake chickenpox for MPOX. So now two different viruses then, in fact, even though they're all now viral infection, but now two different viruses then from different family, Now MPOX, monkeypox virus, or they call monkeypox virus, now they cause MPOX disease. The chickenpox is caused by varicella zoster virus. Now two different viruses then they cause them. So like I don't tell you how they would say. Then they rush back, the MPOX in your rush, then almost appear at the same time and try to disappear back at the same time. Unlike chickenpox, then they appear at different time and disappear, different time. So again, the sore way they come up by where they get MPOX in the last between 2 to 4 weeks. Unlike chickenpox, in 1 to 2 weeks, they don't disappear. And also another peculiar difference is that the chickenpox in a itch in the itch. In fact, now from that day, it derive one in himself in the itch. So and the chicken pox, when they say, not from chicken actually. Now because of the spot, the way they appear with them call a red spot, and that red spot they itch. So but that red spot a fever some fall length together, they get then dot then red dots there. So now they call it chicken pox. It don't mean that chicken they cause them chicken pox. Unlike the MPOX, when a certain monkey them. Now from monkey them force them. So that's the monkey then I make them name a monkeypox. But that monkeypox they don't change that. So now they call it MPOX. From 2023 they don't left for color now. 2022 they don't left for color monkeypox. Now MPOX then they call them. Yeah. So those are some of the differences then between MPOX and chickenpox, what can call varicella zoster virus.
Quick one for just comical relief effect.
Yeah.
Now all over the world, them actually they accept chickenpox in name as chickenpox and the origin around them. Oh, now we na salon like chicken.
So now a name than the way then globally now chickenpox. Yeah. And so then they call them globally. Okay. But the virus where they cause them. Not from chicken. Now they call them varicella zoster virus, VSV. That's what they call them.
Alright, and then somebody else mentioned, doc, inside the comments, we've been read, say most of the public spaces we highly likely say will be the avenues that people are able for contact this disease. They say we not take any preparedness effort things. Like if you go Dovecourt today, the crowded nature of Dovecourt. Now concern if you go them small markets them are the same. Waiting at the government in current redress mechanism where they use for this particular situation.
Mr. Kamara, remember I tell you again, say this in response to a whole of society approach. We all get your own role to play. For your own safety and for the safety of your family. Government don't put out safety measures, public health safety measures. What in them put that here for? Now for your own safety. Now for your own safety, not to create inconvenience for you. So if you don't tell you say wash your hand with clean water and soap. Now for your own safety. If they say no go to rub skin with people them. Now for your own safety. So we continue for educate the people them and send this message to them say, no do this, no do this. We know say we get a good number of people them where they adhere to some of them in there. However, you get some people in back where it takes time for them to able adhere to some of them safety, regulations that they put in place.
You don't think it's a government for be like Kumra, who say the Peking fail for do the necessary in the acting. I mean that is why you have policies them.
That is why we continue. Now make no data not so. All this is also and the public would talk to also. We continue for engage the public. Let they understand why would they put the measures there in place so that as time goes by, most of them go able adhere and know say this tier what they do so not good for me, not good for the populace. So we continue for monitor the situation and monitor people and talk to people them, drivers, so that make we don't intensify with community engagement and also outreach programs. Talk to, drivers union, people of different communities for ensure say themselves help. Because honestly, then there's I go to some places where I meet Warsan station. Last month we are going to the same place, not been did it. Today I go to some place where I not been expect that also I can go eat. I meet Warsan station. So that tells you some people in there adhere to them public health guidelines there. And I'm sure as time they continue, as we continue for engage them, we continue for create awareness, a lot of people go adhere to the public health measures that were in place.
All right, so during Ebola again, we did try for understand waiting are some of the lessons them what we they learn from the past 2 outbreak and how we they use them for stop MPOX in its track currently. During Ebola, we've been noticed the government be really take proactive step them like it went as far as training community volunteers them. It come with this community engagement strategy. Then train local volunteers them and then they establish contact with local chiefs them for help particularly in contact tracing. Also for help foot soldiers them there on the ground for raise awareness for that ordinary man we know they able to read that signboard or that billboard or that poster where you go down stick up na street. We still get the mechanisms them currently, or are we still reactive? Only they act where push comes to shove.
Mr. Kawa, again, in the beginning, like I tell you, we are guided by science, and we also, like I say, we structures that we don't build over the years. We still for the right on them.
Okay.
Sierra Leone today. Now, one of the countries that we talk about outbreak, we experience is second to none at the sub-region because we are a country where don't experience cholera. Remember?
Yeah, we have.
Yes, we battle with Ebola. We get more slide in this country.
Sure.
We all know. Then also, you see, we battle with COVID. So the experience is there. You understand? We get human resource, and that don't help you a lot. Always they talk, so if you follow up from yesterday to today or other days, it is see the engagement of, we don't recruit youth there now, especially within the western area, rural and urban, where they go around community to community for tell people and say, sensitize people and create awareness. This will be done to do today when the outbreak start, but we don't intensify more and more. As we see the outbreak to go, we don't intensify all lengths in we don't recruit a lot of people up. You see now the media engagement. Some few months ago, how many people in the car talk about Ebola? MPOX. Few. So today, in many stations now, we are engaged on day-to-day, almost day-to-day basis for discuss this year, create more awareness. We involve people within their communities. So it's ongoing. We know what to do as a country, and we are doing what we're supposed to do for ensure we break the chain of transmission in the country.
All right, so as we move forward, I want to let you understand, Doctor, say we did try for any question we'll ask and for see whether or not past response mechanisms with the government been take for deal with the past outbreaks, then if it's still applicable in this context here. So that is why we keep bringing the questions then. So it come back to the other question where we get them clinics, then the mobile clinics, then we've been the help with vaccination during COVID-19. Now another structure than we still there, or how many, if anything, in fact, how many of the past responses them with Salon government been with the Ministry of Health and other body agencies them been take for COVID-19 and Ebola we still they use right now. Now in our little from Bulembo. How many of them active and we still they utilize?
So when you say response structures, we get technical structures and we get physical structures.
Okay.
Physical structures and like we look at treatment facilities, and laboratory testing capacity. Like I've been on say earlier, we don't expand on all them one there. We don't expand on the treatment facility. We don't expand on the testing capacity. In fact, Mr. Kama, I can tell you, say Sierra Leone are one of the countries the way the testing coverage very wide as compared to other countries. Some people then they suspect, but they're not able to test. But we now today, every single case we suspect, or they notify we suspect this is not a suspect, we try for collect sample and test them. Then say we still ride on the existing structure. In terms of technical capacity again, like I tell you this, what we talk about just now, the risk communication and community engagement component is ongoing. See, now one of the robust structure that we will still get in country, we work with local government, Ministry of Information, for ensure say we able to engage community leaders them, paramount chiefs, and create awareness in every facet of society. We also get the surveillance architecture, we still with the ride on before MPOX, and now during MPOX, we get the structures that are across the country. Or they look for cases there. If we're not going to do surveillance, we're not to see cases there. But because we surveillance architecture still the work, now make we able to detect even that first case, And prior to that, we don't get some suspected cases there. Or they test and they turn negative. You understand? Then we laboratory infrastructure also. It's there. I don't tell you say we don't scale up to even district level now. We test it. First, we can take sample them across for Cowden and Africa. But now we don't decentralize that testing capacity now.
Nice.
Yes. So that is how you say we structures we still utilize them, and we don't build more capacity. We get what we call sequencing also. With a sequence for try for know the genetic makeup of the virus in country what they deal with. That they happen now. Before this time, before Ebola and COVID, we've not been getting facility then there. So we are riding on those structures to ensure say we're able to control this outbreak as soon as possible. Yeah.
All right. So we get another text where I want to read out quick. Let's have us a question. He say, "It is true, Mr. Jallo, but how about people in the market, schools, religious place, and jail and in the police station? The sea also." From Commander Tangabe in Topboy Town.
Yeah, Mr. Commander, thank you very much. I think that's a very good follow-up question. Like I say, just follow we talk again. What I've been on to say. The engagement and they not one off something, and also now all of society, like I say, approach. We don't engage several communities. In fact, we don't get meeting with the prison leadership for ensure say they're able to watch for we. If they get anybody where they get signs and symptoms within them prison them, then staff them, make their report to surveillance team across the district them. We also don't engage, we get special communities there. You remember there was a time we launched an operation we call Operation Find Them All. Yeah. Now this western area, urban and rural. What's in that Operation Find Them All been there about? Now for go right to yes, go to the community them, create awareness. I mean schools, wharfs, also we feel the people together, some attire based there, talk to people and say, this CKI day. So if you get an if the signs and symptoms of this, however, we encourage you to go to the nearest health facility. So within that period itself, we'll be able to see more cases them, that the communities them, they help. So meaning, now an effort where they continue, not to one off something, we they continue for them. As much as we family, ask this question, we know that somebody is very responsible in our society, a very concerned, and I'm sure it will take himself will help within the community, among your family members, for create awareness on this MPOX here.
Right. So, and we get another text message quick, or sorry, another comment from the Facebook page where I go and read. He say, this is come up from Mr. Sharif Kabia. He say, we understand that Pegapack gene kills the MPOX virus. He said, please ask doctor how to use that. And when someone contacts the virus, what should they do? Now, to say Pegapack, that gene within inside that plastic, the men MPOX.
So let's start with the last part where say, when someone contacts the virus, what should they do? I've been on the talk now over and over.
Sure.
The first thing we do, you're not so expert in medicine. You're not an expert in health. Dear, once you suspect that this virus you don't contact, or any other sickness, go to the nearest health facility, let them investigate and know if not that sick they get. Yeah. With regards to I call them safe for use waiting, Pegapack, yeah, gene for manage MPOX. Then our own treatment protocols. Then our own treatment protocol. All the cases they care for, Not for the medicine they would use. So we get what we call symptomatic management. You know, MPOX now a viral disease. And viral drugs them, antiviral drugs them for MPOX. No, they globally for say this drug is specific to MPOX. So remember, maybe we all era we're not going to talk much about what they call smallpox. Smallpox now a similar virus with MPOX.
Okay.
So
what's not been the difference between both?
In more severe, now the same family, we call it autopox virus.
Okay.
You know, the pox viruses. Then get cowpox, smallpox. But smallpox, them you don't eradicate them for long. It was declared, I think, in 1980. The last case where they been getting have been in Somalia in 1979. So in 1980, they been declared eradicated in the world. So, but some drugs they would then they use, then still on what we call trial for see whether it go work. We know they use on our patient because it's still on trial, clinical trials, yeah.
Okay.
And also they manage cases like I say based on the symptom. If you headache severe, you get some that medicine they will provide for you. If the fever high, then get antipyretic agents so then go administer, the doctor then go prescribe for you based on the severity. You understand? If the pain so high, then get an analgesic they will then go give you, we go reduce them pain then they. If you get super infection, because some people are waking on day, like especially that genital area, you know, say in a place where it's moist. So somebody will they wear trousers or they wear underwear. So that friction they go there, it make that area they can get sore. So we get that sore there now, it get super infection, bacteria infection will come. So we get medicine back, antibiotics they will go use specific for down there. Yeah. But that gene the way they talk about, you know then we own treatment protocol.
Alright, so we've been done the say people and non beginning the go for vaccination. Will they able to provide small light on Nandi?
So Mr. Kamara, we as a country, Sierra Leone, we've been fortunate to get about 58,300 doses of the vaccine.
Okay.
And remember, this is a country of how many population?
Close to 8 million.
Close to 8 million population. So that tells you the vaccine we are available
Limited.
is limited, not so. So based on science and with data where they show. Remember, you asked me now about who are they get this MPOX, which demography,
Which
age group would they, not so.
Sure.
I highlight that, not so. And also, I tell you, say you get other people the way the immune system weak. We call them key population. They are immunocompromised because once they get this sick here, then quick for die of the disease than any other person. So we call them key population. So this small vaccine will come. We try for do a targeted vaccination. Then also the healthcare workers, them frontline healthcare workers, them we know say them vulnerable because then are the shield to the public. You know, anybody can come meet them, they interact with them and get the sick.
Sure.
So then say we call them, because we see them as a high risk population. So then say forget this vaccine here. So the vaccine, we don't vaccinate almost, I think over 30-something thousand doses already. But like I say, we target key population, contacts of cases, very importantly. Most important one now, the contact of cases. For instance, me sit down with you now, so after all we interaction, you don't sit down, I don't play with you, or now me to the sleep. Me na a high risk contact. You don't become, if me na a case, you don't become high risk contact. So if they don't vaccinate you, you get the chance for develop the disease and spread them to other people. Them. So what we all sit down and look at, we and what our well body partners them. We say okay, let's target then contact of them cases there.
Okay.
Because if we vaccinate down there, they break the chain of transmission. Yeah. So now the targeted population down there. So the vaccine limited. However, a lot of engagement is ongoing for ensure say we get more vaccine. But like I tell you, within the sub-region, it will go check, do a fact check. Within the sub-region, now we receive the highest dose. Continent they win over almost 200 million population. I will call them. But you know, if you check around the sub-region, then consider we consider we don't get over 60 million population. They not get more than 20,000 doses. We get neighbor there now.
Which makes Sierra Leone get the special preference.
So it's about advocacy with case we'll put forward.
Okay.
You know, the case we'll put forward, and also the good interaction with the leadership of the ministry and the MPHA, the National Public Health Agency, with the global community. Then they make we able get that amount of doses there, and we'll send a very strong case for we people there. So now make we able get that amount, you know, but it's still limited because we are talking about 8 million population here. So now make one use them target. Now make them call them targeted vaccination. You understand? Targeted vaccination for ensure say people who don't get the potential for spread them more, then vaccinate under them.
Doc, you know, if you say it's high time we learned that we, in order for let we left for good, they allowed to then give we fish every day, let we learn for fishing for we safe. If we don't get, let's say this, we get, you know, each 60,000 vaccine shots, then what we get for a population of 8 million. Do you think that is really sustainable going forward? Even not so for this one now, other epidemic or pandemic, then we get for the camp. How realistic you feel, say, we relying on getting assistance, vaccines from other sources them go help for deal with issues than actually we spending money to research and the medical field of the country?
Yes, Mr. Kama. So it's very interesting to know, you know, vaccine manufacturing, in fact, you know, come on the African continent generally. So
but
most of them vaccine that we see so are not manufactured in Africa. That's one. Secondly, a possibility, like I agree with you, a possibility, but a long-term something. It require, I mean, a long-term approach where not to like overnight, you know, because remember, this vaccine access, now one of the challenges that we've been facing during COVID, you know, COVID vaccine was produced at the time where the COVID been ramped all over the world. Then they produce the vaccine, but now for Ubayana no more. Not also. So we African leaders then come up and say, no, this is very unfair. Let we stand firm. So if that would be helpful, we will secure some vaccine for the continent. However, I'm sure these are lessons learned from COVID-19 to now. I think the African continent will look at this and say, okay, we need one. We need one. And there's one way they don't try for set up na Rwanda, which are we are. But again, now then come them where they from Obayana and then can settle them back or try for support for vaccine access on the continent. You know, I'm sure in coming years the continent will stand firm for ensure say they make vaccine available for most of them, you know, epidemic prone disease there where they get.
Do you feel say what's are the challenge you currently they face before we come to solutions and actually dealing with the MPOX? What's are the challenge we they face?
You know, I don't tell you earlier, Mr. Kama. One of the challenges, society coming forward and say, okay, yes, I go say, okay, yes, then give you facts about when will they investigate them. Because if I come to you now and say, what's your name? You tell me I'm Mohamed Kamara. And you are not Mohamed Kamara. I say your contact. Hey, give me somebody in contact. Okay. Why not to your contact? You know, don't make things challenging for me.
Sure.
And likewise, you other people them. So your address. I say, you tell me say na Watalo. Who's part na Watalo? No, na Watalo. Or are they Lumley? Who's part na Lumley? You tell no, na Lumley no more.
So finance not a problem we they currently face.
Well, you know,
funding.
Yes, so let me tell you one thing about outbreak management. At times, not all the money can be issue. Okay. You know, say you can get money at times, you don't know how to use them. Yeah, mortal man generally, or you use them the wrong way.
Okay.
So what's important? How you coordinate, how you organize, how you plan, how you strategize for manage that resources there. You know, when COVID came to the world, we get big countries that we then get almost everything. We they feel say they get everything, not also.
Sure.
But that no make COVID enter and destroy some of the structures them, not also with all the resources we have. But if we not prepare ourselves well, we not organize ourselves as a society, you know, just like how they say, If you able to tell me your details, your contact details, it's easy for I able to trace down the note. So it don't make I go spend less resources, less time, and you go stop the spread of the disease. Not so. So that now the major challenge we face it. As long as we all work together closely as a society. However, they say this not to everybody when they do this. We get some good citizens in back. In fact, now then they call you say, me the social side are not well or suspected and MPOX I get. Do you una come with free? The team they go there and go assess them. If irresponsible enough for staying at home and they monitor them, and we say, well, stable, not do this, not do this, not do this, no near picking on here, then they adhere until they recover. We don't get any people in there. But some, like I tell you, say, and go give you wrong phone number, wrong address, wrong contact. So it makes the response challenging for the responders then.
So if somebody, okay, we don't agree with the idea now, say you can get the money and you know how to use them. Well, we come to the aspect of we health workers them. What are the strategies them owner don't put for keep them safe as them they go out in the field for handle them kind MPOX cases them, yeah?
So first of all, we don't provide adequate training for them for ensure say they understand the situation what they deal with.
Okay.
Take IPC measures, preventive measures, when they interact with the community or when they interact with cases in our hospital, for the well-bodied people them, and we will continue for train them, refreshers training for remind them, throughout the response process, so that they not get infected. Because when the well-bodied people then begin sick now, we don't go care for them now. So we try let them protect themselves as much as they can, ensure that they protect the patient that within the camp and the relative that within the scene.
We community-led actions then. Which if we say we need for the donor, we community them for help una and actually, well, not for help una, for work together for eradicate this MPOX here.
Sure. So the community led approach when they talk about response is about community. Because then disease is what they talk about, so now community in the begin and then they can end back. Not also. So we want to see community participation.
Okay.
Community participation in this response.
Like this
let them all see and say, okay, this now Ministry of Health and Business, let them try it. No, it's not about Ministry of Health and Business. This sick away can it will affect you picking, it will affect you, your wife, your man or your mama or anybody within you and within the community. So therefore, let we all come together, join hands together for ensure say we try for control this outbreak as early as possible.
You think say whose institution them you go like for call on? Let we assume say that actually they watching now, where you feel say get a strong voice for actually bring the people them to action. Like them voices cannot be ignored. Like I remember say doing like this abortion bill now, so where them be want for personal parliament, where religious bodies them come, the inter-religious council with them come, them voice was strong enough for not to just for get sympathy from the public, but also for get state officials, them state actors, them for looking to their appeal. So whose institutions them we go like for talk to right now, where you feel say will help we in this strive here, based on your years of practice?
Yes, so like I still say this again, outbreak now all my responsibility.
Sure.
So as part of we strategies them, now for engage special groups. One of them now we religious leaders them, churches and mosques and other worship places them for continue for engage them people them, with the worship now them places and there. Also we leaders them, now communities them, chiefs, paramount chiefs, aid man them, and also other organizations like associations them. We'll get the unions them, drivers union and other people them. We will continue for engaging and we will ask them for help, for support, talk to the people them on this MPOX outbreak organ in the country. So if all they were come together, I'm sure we will defeat this virus as early as possible.
You get any final word we go and tell family them?
Yes, the final word what I go say for today, because we're going for continue for engage again.
Sure.
Yes. This is not one of something. What I go tell family them, if anybody sick in a community or in a family, go to the nearest health facility. It will be all the people that will pay attention to you and ensure say try for know who sick he gets. That is very, very important. No go to Pepe doctor in a community, no go to somebody where, you know, I mean, you know, say this person not to healthcare person, go now hospital.
Okay.
Go now hospital. Now the hospital will tell you say this na MPOX or not to MPOX, not to any other person. Yeah. That na one. Another thing is that there, whosoever they reach out to them say in a suspected case, please tell we the contact them clearly. State you contact them. Say this time we contact, so that we go come pick them. We know they pick them. We go monitor them. We go follow up on them.
Okay.
You know, if vaccine available, we vaccinate them so that they not develop the disease and spread them to other people. So those are the few words I will tell Fambulem.
Thank you very much. Fambulem, we have been listening to Dr. Jallo as been providing perspective on the MPOX situation we currently get in Sierra Leone. And now so we go left on for today. We want to say thank you and plenty thank you for Dr. Jallo for we come off from the National Public Health Agency for joining we and for raising voice on the current issue we get. We also want to send plenty thank you to we producer them. We now Suleiman Storm and Suleiman Storm Koroma and Maria Makalma Mara, and to we studio technician we now Mr. Samuel Issa, and also to we other studio personalities them within the technical team we actually help for bringing this program a success, like Mr. Sheriff Kabia and we camera operator we now Mr. Abubakar Bangura. We want to tell them plenty thank you. We the hope say Fambulem Muna go join we again next week for another edition of we economy program na True Talk Radio 98.5 FM, All Out Radio 92.9 FM, Amsa Radio 96.9 FM, and Voice of the East we na 88.9 FM. As we continue for bringing on credible news and information we get for deal with the economic sector of the country or we economy. Me we bring this program to honor today. Me your name na Bimba Kamara. So till next week, stay safe and have a peaceful rest.